Alright, hey, what's up, Rando Maniacs? It's Trails, commentating for the Jackimus Wedge versus Paratroopa 1 match. Um, this should be interesting. The guy who wins this race, I have to race. So I'm not really sure. I didn't get a chance. This has been like last split second race streaming commentary, so I'm not even sure what they start with. But we're about to find out right here in just about 1 second. Okay, they just took off. So, I should be seeing them start their game any second now, and hopefully get a good enough look at what they have to be able to do the trackers and all that stuff. I'm hoping for a really nasty seed because I mean I always do. Um, Nasty max render seeds are my favorite, and ooh, 2 lives and 4 hearts. Okay, looks like they have 3 gems. The flute, yeah, okay. Trackers on top. So yeah. Um, Yeah, so they have to place 3 gems. It's going to be a glove hunt, and the fact that they have to place 3 gems means that they're going to need the raft. They're definitely going to need the glove. Unless this stuff is free, it's going to take a little bit. They're going to have a few things that they have to do. Probably grind a couple magic levels, be able to cast Thunder with. A paratrooper finds a heart container in a magic container cave, and Jackimus is now in the P bag cave. We'll see what he's going to get. Wonder if he's going to up an A from here. Sometimes I like to kill those enemies. Oh, he finds a P bag, which this early stage in the game is actually pretty nice. You can get a couple life levels, maybe attack level or two, depending on how much experience points you have. 223 is pretty standard, and he up and A's out of that. A paratrooper finds the cave that typically has the trophy in it. Let's see, he's gonna probably P bag. I don't know. He finds the candle, which is kinda. I don't know. The candle is kind of I could take it or leave it. Early on, I guess it's the most helpful, but Jackimus is probably gonna grab that up an A, save some frames. Oh, what spells do they have? I didn't even... Okay, they have spell, and the spell is in the Rando slot. So they're not going to need the trophy, which is nice. But I didn't see what was in the old Kasuto slot. But I'm about to find out. Paratroopa finds Palace 4 in the northwestern section of the western continent, and he finds the grass tile too. That, it's jump, and Paratroopa finds the boots on the grass tile, which is nice. Ooh, 200 for the red Dyra, that's so juicy. Early on, there's all that experience early on is nice, and Jackimus finds Pallister 6, and he's gonna, I guess, peek his head in to see if he can figure it out. And unfortunately, I mean, sometimes you can figure out whether it's 6 if you press yourself up against that door. You can find an enemy but he didn't, I guess he didn't want to explore that far. And Paratroopa is in the cave now that typically has the medicine, which is required in the game vanilla for the fairy spell. But let's see what item is in here now. We're looking for the raft and the glove. Those are our 2 main things that we're trying to find, and these guys are basically neck and neck. They've found basically everything that the other one has found, except Paratroopa is ahead by a heart container, which is irrelevant. And the raft is in the medicine cave, which Jackimus will have probably in about 15-20 seconds. Ooh, that jump over that blue moblin is so difficult to do, and he just made it look easy. It's like a frame perfect jump, and then you got a neutral, and then you gotta do a perfect backstab. I can never get it. So they have the jump spell. They got the shield spell from the town of Saria. Paratroopa is about to pick that up, so these guys are on even playing right now. If I were them, I'd be looking for quick, easy items. This looks like that's Palace too, because he stabbed it and the jar came out. I'm a little confused now because he doesn't have any keys, and if he finds the item, he's not. I mean, unless he got a key drop, which is possible. In these settings, enemies can drop keys. Oh, those guys look pretty juicy, but at life 3, two whole heart containers of damage off of one hit. It's tough negotiating these hallways with all these those chewies, we like to call them, but they're called doom knockers or doom rattlers. I forget, something like that. But anyway, they're Hammer Brothers, and they're one of the more annoying enemies in the game. He took care of it before he took that last hit from the orange iron knuckle. He's gonna go ahead and finish this guy off. 30 XP. Come on, game. I don't know. I might want to check out and see what those drippers are. With these settings, the drippers are randomized. He can't go through this room because he doesn't have the glove. He's gonna have to back up and find a different pathway. I might want to see what these drippers are hitting for. Sometimes they can be 300-point blue iron knuckles that are only 1 or 2 hits. I think Jackimus is just looking for a quick, easy gem to place right now, and I don't blame him. But a 3-gem seed, you kind of want to just get it done really quickly. Paratroopa is doing this cave, and he's doing what I probably would have done, just killed all the enemies for that quick, easy XP. Ooh, gets a 500-point P-bag off of a drop, which is really nice. He's going to get another 500-point P-bag in just 1 second once he finishes this cave. I might kill this red guy. He's juicy. He's worth 2. So, yeah, there he goes. Gets him. He's going to leave here with a Magic 4 or Life 5 off this P-bag, which is really nice. I think Jackimus may have been blocked, so he immediately just sailed east. I don't know. It should be really interesting to see what he finds and how they route this stuff. And Magic 3, I'm not sure if he can cast. Ooh, 7 magic containers. That sucks. Oh, apparently he can cast the spell with the amount of magic that he has. So he's gonna go ahead and do that. He'll get a free spell out of here. He's probably hoping for the fairy spell. If enemies dropped keys, then Dueling Palace is 3 and 2 would have been easy. It would have been, viable. So he gets a magic container for his troubles. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10 on that pose. That when you raise this spell tower, I mean the pose was alright, but he wasn't sticking his sword out. If he would have been sticking his sword out, I'd have probably given him a 9.5 out of 10. And Paratroopa is still poking around on the west. There's the town of Rando, which has a free spell, and Jackimus gets the reflect spell, which is really nice. It puts Palace 4 on the table. Once he gets the any key or the fairy spell, he can go ahead and do that. Now, if you know me, I want this to be really nasty. I want the required magic container to be on a one-way path in Death Mountain. Hammer required. Although they do have the hammer, so I don't know. I want it to be terrible, dude. I don't know. That's how you see people pull out all the stops. You know what I mean? People when they're put in the rough situations. You can see a key drop on Paratroopa's side, which I don't think Jackimus got. However, the drops are random, or they're standard standardized. I'm sorry. So he will get one of those drops at some point. But gets another P bag on the desert tile. Yeah, so Jackimus has a little bit of an advantage. However, if Paratroopa finds the fairy spell in Raru, then it's gonna give him quite an advantage because he'll be able to do palaces and stuff like that. He'll have ooh, there's so much experience right there. He gets the 1-up, but he's about to die. Oop, Paratroopa takes a death. Jackimus gets his attack 3. This is interesting. I believe this is one-hit KO. If you get nailed, you're out of the tournament. And Jackimus finds Palace 1. This is a ballsy move right here. He's just gonna jump right in. There are several places where you can get you can get keys, and there's a total of 4 locked doors, including the boss room. So I'll just go ahead and eliminate that because you're definitely going to get that key. So there's three rooms. There's a 2 of those long rooms that have one has flying enemies in it, and one has a couple large monsters. And then there's the item room. Now, this is the room I'm talking about. If you don't have a key, you can't go any further. He's probably going to go upstairs and try to go left. Meanwhile, Paratroopa finds Raru. Let's see if it pays off for him. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Them other buttons can't deny. Oh shoot, I missed it. Whatever. We'll find out what it is soon. If chat saw it. I was too busy geeking. Oh, it's the fairy spell? Man, that gives Paratroopa quite an advantage unless Jackimus happens to run into the if Jackimus happens to run into the any key, which is possible. He found a key there. He found a key on the bridge, so he can complete this palace right now. And if he gets a key drop like Paratroopa did, then he'll be in good shape. I think he's about to find the item room. And he's on his last life. He's got to be very careful. And Paratroopa jumping in with both feet at the Death Mountain. Thank you, Jinxie, for being on top. Oh, he did. Man, I would have went to the back end of that and tried to see if there was a key back there. Jackimus finds a dead end in Palace 1, however. The room he found has a key in it sometimes, typically, in vanilla and usually in the rando, but he decides to nope one out. He must have 3 keys. Or whatever, because he's gonna power on through. Yeah, Jinxie girl on top of it. Be interesting to see if Paratroopa, if he finds like the glove or something in here, dude. That could be like a huge deal. It might be a long time until Jackimus Wedge comes through here, or if he finds like he's deciding to nope one out. I'm a little confused. Did Jackimus find the item room and decide to nope out? Well, Para actually, by not rafting Jagger, actually has a substantial advantage at this point. Having the fairy spell is it's almost required. I mean, the only other viable way to search caves in this game is if you, man, I might have leveled up my magic at that point, is finding the any key, and that any key could be anywhere. I mean, it could be in a palace, hidden behind a bunch of locked doors, which it probably is. Jackimus does have enough to get in there, and he finds the kid, which is a great pick. The kid could be required for Thunder, and he's jumping right into Maze Island. It looks like it's Palace 5 in here. I don't blame him, I would know about myself. I think Paratroopa is looking for Mito to get downstab with, and I don't blame him. But Jackimus finds the first item in Maze Island, and it happens to be a heart container. In vanilla, that's generally a magic container. Paratroopa getting all the key drops. And Jackimus finds the item really fast, the second one. Let's see what it is. Had a difficult time earlier with Maze Island. It's just a pea bag. It's gonna be a long time until Jackimus goes back into the west to find the fairy spell. I'm kind of hoping that he game overs, so that like it puts him in that he's gonna jump right into P5, and I really like this play, dude. He's gonna try to take on Guma at attack 4. There are oh, he's gonna go for the P bag. Yeah, that was a smart play right there. Whatchamacallit, yeah, taking on Guma to place that second gem. And Paratroopa gets his downward stab technique. Man, Jackimus is not getting any key drops, which is weird to me. I'm pretty certain that the drops are standardized. And hey, what's up, Captain Radix? Welcome to the stream. I think this is the room that's got the magic container in it. Man, if he's got the jump spell, it might be better if he just jumps over all of this. He's gonna fight him the old-fashioned way. I like this play. He might get another level out of this. Oh, that was the hint. I'm all caught up on Jackimus this stream. I just say Barba slithers with the medicine. Hey, cast jump, Jackimus. Get out of there. Don't fight that guy right now. Alright, he deboosts through him. Oh, that's a smart play. Get out of there unscathed, and he finds a room. It might be a key in this room. He's gonna go ahead and check it out. This one is the one similar to the one in Palace 1. And it's just a pea bag. Go ahead and... Oh my god, dude. I guess he doesn't know the strat. If you just roll your finger between jump and attack, you hit those guys every single time underneath those short ceilings like that. And he's immediately key blocked out of Palace 5 and has to leave. I'm interesting to see what his next play is going to be. He finds a single screen pass through. Paratroopa is still in the west, looking like he's getting ready to sail. However, Paratroopa is in better shape than Jackimus to place gems at this point in time. Oof. Man, this blue guy is at... What's he got? Life 5? Those blue guys, man, hit like a tank. I'm not sure if he got it. That looked good. I might go to the right-hand side. Might work out better. With 2 labs, you're going to see a lot of game errors. I don't know if you guys know that now. These guys aren't going to... Ganon's going to laugh at him a lot. Nyuk, 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 nyuk. Whatever that sound effect is. Yeah, go right, Jackimus. It's probably easier. That blue guy's hard to jump over. And you're gonna get wrecked every time. He's not using the newly found sword buffer trick, where if you you do a couple sword swings, and you're able to manipulate the enemy encounters to go where you are. Okay, he up and A's. He's back on the west. Hopefully he gets that fairy spell. If he gets that fairy spell, I'm quite confident that he's gonna just go balls to the walls with this seed. Yeah, Jackimus is already like trying to beat the game, and he doesn't really have anything, and he's like just trying to just place gems. And I think now he's gonna take an honest look for that town of Raru. I think he knows that he needs it. I don't think he's found all the other spells. However, he'll find it. Jackimus has been playing this game a long time. Freiburger, sometimes people do it. We call that the keyboard style. When people use their fingers on, like typing on a keyboard, kind of. I don't generally play like that. I use my thumb, and I roll. I roll my thumb along a lot. I'm not really understanding why Jackimus is going in here not able to unlock doors with. Palace 4 has got probably the most key doors, but next to 6. Palace 4 and Palace 6 are just loaded with key doors, and they're really difficult to do without something to unlock doors with or ferry through the door. So hopefully he finds a quick boss, otherwise he's gonna be screwed. Look at that key underneath that blue iron knuckle, just kind of laughing at him. I picture Ganon going yuck 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 when he walks past that key, just kind of giving him a hard time. Well, there's possibly a key at the end of these rooms, so he has chances of keys. And I'm really surprised the keys aren't dropping as much as they do for Paratroopa has gotten a ton of keys just dropping. It's unfortunate for Jackimus that Paratroopa is just blazing through this one. Jackimus may have a gem placed right now, but Paratroopa is in position. Oh my goodness. That hint that Paratroopa just got, Death Mountain holds the glove. I don't think Jackimus is going to go all the way through the town of Nibiru. He didn't actually go through Nibiru, actually. But, yeah. And when he finds Nibiru, I highly doubt he's going to go all the way through it. And he gets immediately key blocked on the left-hand side. Decides to leave Palace 4. Good move. Paratroopa. Oh, he's got Thunder as well. Man, Paratroopa is like... That Palace 1 gem right about now just doesn't even matter. Wow. I wonder how much XP those those blue Lizalfo are worth. Man. 200, that's not bad early on like this. That's a good grind right there. Paratroopa is in position to like just nail this seed to the wall and be done with it. I'm sure he'll find Palace 1, do that really quickly. He's got the fairy spell, so he'll be able to complete it. No problem. I'm not sure if he's on his last life or not. Oh, Jackimus finally got a key drop. Man, that's really unfortunate for him. He's gonna find Raru very soon. But with that hint for the glove being on Death Mountain, for Paratroopa is like big, huge news. Like, I think his next level is a magic level, and Jackimus is gonna go get the downward thrust technique, which will help him out a lot. And if I remember correctly, he is not far from where Nibiru is. I mean, not Nibiru. Raru. And Paratroopa is probably going to go to the end of this. I know he wants to get that XP. He's only 200 short of a level. Not even. 100 and very, very short. Okay, he'll get it here. There it is. Good pick. He'll get 2 levels out of this place. Smart play by Paratroopa. Man, that Simon Belmont sprite always gets me. There's a lot of really well done sprites. You can actually play as Samus from Metroid, the original Metroid. Oh man, Jackimus is just wrecking this encounter right now, but he unfortunately gets bopped by a blue moblin. It looked like was what took him out. A lot of good experience right here. Oh, it was a red moblin. Man, 200 XP points for those red Dyra. I never get seeds that roll good like that. And it looks like Jackimus takes a poke in the Death Mountain and says no thank you. Meanwhile, Paratroopa finds the item room in P1. I believe this was the child. It surely was. So he gets the child. He'll have access to a worthless spell at this point because he's got everything he needs to beat the game with. At this point, if I'm Paratroopa, I up an A, I do Palace 4, and then I do Death Mountain, and then I just pick a random palace to do. I believe there's a heart container on Maze Island and a 500 point P bag. Totally useless stuff, however, GP is right there. So with 1 gem placed, and all of the spells and the information in so it'd be really interesting to see what happens. Because Jackimus is no slouch in this game. Jackimus is one of the original players. He used to play when the game first came out. I used to watch videos of Jackimus in like the 2015 tournaments, or 2016. So he's been around for a minute. He knows the game very well. Meanwhile, Paratroopa finds Horsehead. He's gonna whip him to death. Paratroopa might want to get like the life spell, or maybe there's a Fire Thunder link. And that would be nice for the child. They're tied up on gems, but I would say Paratroopa has a mean advantage with levels, first of all. And he also has a really good advantage with the knowledge of Death Mountain. I wouldn't be surprised if he up and A'd right now. Yeah, maybe go back to the west. He's looking to see for a quick, easy gem over here. When he gets alerted with the GP, I guarantee you, yeah, he does have that room named after him, and I think it's because of something negative as well. I have a room named after me, and it's because in the 2017 Max Rando tournament, I made it all the way to the finals, and I wrecked just about every single player that I was up against. There's the fairy spell for Jackimus, so we're about to see some gas get punched in the Jackimus wedge section of the stream. He's gonna probably try to place the gem in Palace 4. Hopefully he gets that hint for the whatchamacallit, the glove. Yeah, I got that nickname because for some reason, you know, and I raced sometimes 4 times a day when I was learning how to play this game and learning Max Rando. Like, I was in the race room, you know, 12 o'clock in the afternoon racing Ryan 7s and sometimes Rose City Saint, and we would race 3 or 4 times a day. Back race. Oh, wait a minute, I was mistaken. GP was on Valley of Death. And Jackimus Wedge just decides to poke around in Death Mountain, which but it's the right play. If he sticks around, he's gonna find that glove. And that's gonna put him in a big advantage against Jack Glove early. And you guys have already seen how Jackimus Wedge plays. He's not effing around, that's for sure. It looked like it was just a 500 point P-bag on that water tile, and a 500 point P-bag on the desert square, but that's not the... I think they already found it, and I think it was already a 500 pointer, so... The east coming up dry a little bit. Paratroopa is going to take this cave. This is a 1-screen pass-through cave, so... not a bad choice if you're going to take it to cave in the east. Not a bad choice. It puts him right down there by the, it looks like the, ooh, Jackimus Wedge up in A's out of Death Mountain. Which, what he doesn't know is not the right play. But that's darn clutch if Jack happened to just stumble across the glove, that would have been pretty clutch. It would have just been, you know, by mistake. Hey, what's up, Jopo? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully I get my wish. Hopefully it's a one-way in Spectacle Rock situation, and you're in there for 20 minutes, going through every cave saying, "Where is it?" With the fairy spell and the reflect spell in hand, Jackimus is going to go ahead and place this item, or excuse me, place this gem in Palace 4. So once again, it'll be ahead in the gem lead. However, I think it's a matter of Paratroopa going into Death Mountain. Yeah, I don't know. They must be magical Ganon bricks, Jinxie. Ganon must have put a spell on those bricks. And that's why you need a handy-dandy glove to get through. So this is probably going to be the boss to the right here for Jackimus. A lot of the time it is. Yep. Oh, it's the item room. But he's not far from the boss. Gets a 1-up. It's kind of a slap in the face. Paratroopa finds an item cave on the east. And it's a Tektite. He got a Tektite as an item. He gets a magic container, which is nice. He's got 6 now. 1 more magic container, and he can get that item in New Casino. Interesting factoid. This randomizer won't put you in a soft locked situation. It will, but if you're stuck in between key doors. But if you take that drop all the way down, there will be a pathway to get to the boss, or back to the beginning of the game, so that's a fun, interesting factoid about this game. You will always be in a situation where you can get out. So if you drop all the way down to the bottom, all 3 drops, you'll either loop back to the very beginning of the palace, or you'll go to where the boss is. 9.5 times out of 10 you're gonna find the boss, just like Jackimus did just now. Oh wow, Carrick giving Jack the business. I wish you once or twice so I could see if Para does have a hint for the glove Jopo. And Jackimus does not. So Jackimus has the gem lead, but Para has the information lead at this point. And he up and A's and eats the gem. That's baller. Baller for Jack. I knew he was gonna burn it too. He always does. But if I like, okay, yeah, he has attack 5, so I mean, yeah, he's trying to. I don't blame him. This is kind of what I did in the weekly, and then I had to go back because there was required spell items. But Thunder is not may not be required. It would be interesting to see what happens if Jackimus goes into out the glove and find Thunderbird, or find Dark Link. My bad. That'd be pretty interesting. He's in a pick-a-door situation, so problem with Palace time, you gotta pick a door, and if you have limited resources, especially if you've got 2 lives, you're gonna die a lot. I think Paratroopa is making the dead end, but I don't think he realized. He's just gonna go ahead and nope on out. 6. Does Paratroopa not remember where GP is? Magic attack 5 makes pretty standard. This Palace 2, it looks like, or Jackimus Wedge. I'm sorry, Jackimus Wedge is now going into Palace 2. Alright, see if you can find a quick boss. actually, okay, Paratroopa is inside Death Mountain right now. And Jackimus finds the RCS room. He decides to nope one out of Palace 2. He's got to be careful here because doing all this stuff, making all these plays and then deciding to not do it midway through is just giving Paratroopa a bigger advantage. It's really difficult to say who's in the lead and who's not in the lead. Jackimus has the gem, that extra gem. I would like to say that Paratroopa, with the knowledge that he has, look, there's the rock. So easy. You could actually look at that. Paratroopa is in go mode. And he could run away with this very easily. I feel like that if Death Mountain wasn't, you weren't able to get to the coast easy. Oh look, they're both in P2. Or is this, no, he's in same, no. Paratroopa is in P2, and Jackimus is in P5. Jackimus could still win this race if it turns out that Glove and Thunder aren't required, and he ends up first. He could beat Paratroopa now. Okay, Paratroopa finding that glove block, he's gonna go right here. This has a 50-50 probability, maybe even 100% probability of being the boss. Oh, Jopo, you saw the first room in GP and it was a waffle room? Nah, you couldn't have because nobody's placed all 3 gems yet. That's right. Yeah. And you go down the stairs, you go right, and there's Darkland. That before. Finds the boss in Palace 2. Glove required. So with that and attack 5, this fight's down goes Helmet Head. Paratroopa is on a roll right now. That is blue Iron Knuckle Drippers, but they're only worth 70 XP points. Paratroopa is going straight for Palace 4, here it is. Paratroopa is really kicking butt right now. They'll both probably have 3 gems around the same time. However, Paratroopa has the glove, so be interesting if he I think this is a long rightward dead end for Paratroopa. Either that or whatchamacallit. Oh, yeah, I mean, I've played seeds that were less than 5 minutes. I even posted it in the Discord, but nobody took my challenge. I had no idea what was going on, and I rolled a seed, just a practice seed, and it was a 0 gem seed, and GP was right there, and Dark Link was like 2 rooms or 3 rooms in, and I beat the seed in like 4 minutes without the knowledge. So if I had the knowledge, I would have probably beaten it much quicker. Jackimus finds the item in Palace 5. He's probably going to be really disappointed. It might be a magic container. It is. And Paratroopa is about to get the disturbing, unfortunate news that the item in this palace is a 1-up doll. Oh, Fairy Feet is a simple trick, Jopo. It's really not that difficult. You can put the fairy along any side of that wall. Ooh, Paratroopa is getting wrecked by this stuff. Flying knives. Yeah, I rolled one, and then I put it in a Discord, but I don't think people were really interested in playing it. They were just kind of like, whatever. And I did it on my first try. By mistake. Glove not required. I think Paratroopa is about to find Karak. I think Karak is just down these stairs to the right. Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Did he come from that stairwell? I use an iBuffalo controller. I play on emulator. I use the iBuffalo controller. And I don't know, that's what I do. And use the power glove. Good luck with that. Good luck with the power glove. Fairy Feet's a very easy trick. Not that difficult. And Paratroopa's about to place his final gem with all of the stuff. Man, he's fighting Karak on the left-hand side. That's the original old school strats. Then they're both placing their final gem roughly at the same time. Paratroopa has placed his final gem a little bit earlier. Ooh, Anal Bag's got to be very careful here. As he's on his last life. And okay, that's not too bad. One heart off of each hit. Man, don't die. Oh no. Jackimus takes a game over. Back to Palace 5 at the very beginning he goes. That's so unfortunate, dude. Cause like he was right there. And unfortunate for him, Paratroopa is about to enter the Great Palace with everything he needs to beat the game with. Except for maybe a pesky upstab block, there could be that. So it's really unfortunate. Wow, Paratroopa's just going in. Wow. He just does the screen, doesn't even feel like dealing with it. The Fairy Feet technique's actually not that difficult. I don't know if he got it that time. It looked kind of iffy. Ooh, that is so rude. The Blue Zalfo just enters the screen with a mace right to the face. Really unfortunate for Paratroopa, and he didn't get the skip. He got it that time. I saw it. I seen it. It was 677 on a 3-gem seed. Paratrooper enters the Great Palace at 49 minutes and 35 seconds. Round 2 for Jackimus and Guma. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I'm really bad. It's not telling you right now, Captain Radix and Frybarger and all of in chat, guys and gals. But the fair not that difficult. Yeah, it looks like Paratroopa is gonna run away with this one. Unfortunately for Jackimus Wedge, in the Thunderdome, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. So, unfortunately, Jackimus Wedge will be dead in this tournament. Paratroopa playing and dodges, catches it with the fairy spell, which is cool. He's really playing his butt off right now. Shoutouts to Paratroopa. I think. Oh, it's double elimination. Okay, there's a losers bracket. I think Paratroopa kind of screwed himself here. It's really difficult. You can make that jump. Okay. So there is a lower. I don't like to say losers bracket because it's kind of demeaning to the guys on the bottom end. But I want to say the lower bracket. So the lower bracket. It's a double KO. I'm sorry. I thought that it was gonna be 1-hit KO, and unfortunately for Jack, he's about to get the bad news. Waffle Room immediately, and no options. And meanwhile, Paratroopa has really played his butt off, man. I gotta give it up to. Yeah, I get to. Jack forgot he didn't have the glove. So right now, probably, if he thought that he had the glove right now, he's probably having an anxiety attack. I understand the feeling. I was facing Buzz Thunder the other day during my tournament match, and the only match I lost, man, and that guy. I tried to enter GP with with only 4 gems placed on a 5-gem seed, and Buzz Thunder whooped my butt. It's kind of, when you say like the losers bracket, it's kind of like, you know, I think it kind of makes the other players. Yeah, Buzz is already, he got lucky. Big time mistakes. And Buzz Thunder got lucky. That's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, I love Buzz Thunder. He does have really good commentary. Dude, Paratroopa is playing his butt off right now. I think this is probably the best I've ever seen him play. He's playing really aggressively, and he's playing really, really smart. He's really just kicking butt right now. I don't want to say surprised. I'm just really cool to see him. It's always good to see runners get better. And I feel like earlier in the stages of this tournament, he didn't play, I guess, as aggressively, and I don't know, man. I just really like his plays. Is Jackimus in? It looks like Jackimus is inside. Um, inside Death Mountain, which he is. Place. Okay, Jackimus is about to find the glove. I want to give him about about 90 seconds. I'm gonna say 90 seconds until he gets up there, finds that glove. Paratroopa's got to be very careful here. And there's the glove. That was way less than 90 seconds for Hey, Paratroopa's got to be very careful in that room. He's on his last life. So Jackimus is now in pseudo go mode. Oh man, this is the worst. He up and A's. I don't blame him, but Dark Link could have literally been in the room. So no, I think Thunder was actually in the town that Jackimus is in right this second, but I could be wrong. Paratroopa's really gotta hurry up if he wants to take this one home. Jackimus is right on his heels. There it is, the Thunder Spell. So, Jackimus is right on his heels. Be really interesting to see what happens. Ooh, that's so unfortunate. Yeah, I don't blame Paratroopa for that play. Jackimus is just got a lot of experience. He's played this game a lot, and if he gets in here, it's very possible that he runs away with this. See, that's all you gotta do. You line the fairy right up on the edge of the screen, and you literally just tap the button until the fairy disappears. Here it is, the great equalizer is allows to say about every other game. It's very true that this is the great equalizer. I love that terminology. Ooh, Cast Fairy, Cast Fairy, get out of that room. He's got a little bit of knowledge. I don't know if I would go for this fairy right now. Gotta hurry up, Paratroopa, if you want to win this race. Go left? Oh, he's gonna go right. I mean, Jackimus has got a crappy GP ahead of him, so I don't think it's going to be quite as free for him as we think. If he goes upstairs like Paratroopa did, it's a very long dead end. So, Paratroopa's doing the Dark Magician room again. Gonna bait that blue knuckle. Get in there. He got it. He made it across. It looks like that Jackimus took the upstairs route, which unfortunately for him, I believe ends in the dead end. a long dead end. Unless, oh my god, Para, that was the worst thing you could have done. Just on the other side of that door could be, Dark Link. Yeah, Jackimus enters his room. I think he went right. Be interesting to see what happens. I'm pretty sure Paratroopa found a bunch of dead ends. And by exploding that Kingbot, you get rid of, oh my goodness, all that for a dead end. And I'm not sure if, Paratroopa found this drop. I think Jack's gonna run away with this one. Because, he took the upstairs route. Ooh. This is what I'm talking about right here. Paratroopa has all the information, so right now, it's about execution at this point. It's all about execution. I just cast Fairy, dude. Straight up. I wouldn't even mess around with this room. Para got lucky and, you know, I'm not sure I agree with this play right here. If Jack decides to go down there through that Dark Magician room, though. Let's see, I think Para's gonna go left here, which is interesting. He knows that right's gonna lead him to nowhere fast. This is really exciting. Paratroopa's been here. Well, grab that one up and go upstairs, Paratroopa, if you want to win this race. I have a feeling Jack may take the bottom route this time, and if he does, Paratroopa's gonna have a huge advantage. Just because, Paratroopa's been there and done that, and it's just a big nasty dead end, so... be interesting to see if Paratroopa goes downstairs in the Jackimus room. No upstab, Nightwolf, which is kind of incredible. It was a very short seat, and the player on the right-hand side, Paratroopa's got a, I want to say a 15-minute advantage, or something like that. They only have 2 lives, so you've got 2 chances to not muck this up, or else. I wonder what the fire spell is linked to. And Paratroopa finds... What? Paratroopa finds Thunderbird and decides not to do it. I don't know what that was all about. Oh my god, that could be the race right there. I mean, granted, yeah, Thunderbird is a... I don't know. The thing is, though, also, Thunderbird's not required. I'm pretty sure we know at this point, because, we have found drops, and we haven't found any dead-end drop rooms that I'm aware of. Alright, Paratroopa making some plays here. He's only got 1 life. Actually, no, he picked up that extra life, so he now has 2 lives left. It'd be interesting to see. He's found the room. Don't die, Paratroopa. Yeah, this is this siege is not treating Jackimus well at all. This lag in this room is just absolutely awful. Yeah, this GP is pretty nasty, but the reason it's nasty is because they only have 2 lives. I'm telling you guys, it would be a completely different story. And I think this is the room Jackimus died in. Paratroopa may want to cast shield here. Those Bagus hit pretty hard. Yeah. Oh, here's a fairy required room that we don't see much. And I think Paratroopa is on his very last life, so he's got to be. Neither of these guys have the life spell either, and he finds a drop room. This could be big. This could be Dark Link. Ooh, give me anxiety. Alright, this is interesting right here. Alright. I might cast, I think that was it. Yeah. That looked right. Yeah, definitely, very unfortunate for, Paratroopa, but he's got the knowledge. I'm pretty certain that that was the right way. I'm like 99.999% sure. That looked like some shit that this randomizer would do. Put you in 2 lives in a fairy required room with a blue bird knight that you have to take a hit from. Jackimus is going to go ahead and take care of Thunderbird. Now this would be interesting if Dark Link is right on the other side here. I love that. He casts Thunder as he does the hit. He's all up in that hitbox. It very well could be in the room just after T-Bird, however, all the drops suggest otherwise, Freiburger. Because there's drops that take you to separate sections of this palace, chances are Thunderbird is not required. Yeah, I mean Thunderbird is an easy fight, and you can cast Reflect. I'm not certain why Jack isn't casting Reflect. Reflect shrinks down your hitbox, and you block those pesky fireballs. And 7-8 time is absolutely correct. It could loop him into an easier route. There's only one way to find out. Stay tuned, folks. Oh man, almost 2 hearts per hit. Jackimus has got to be careful here. Oh, now the only thing that will protect you from the fire rope is the Reflect spell. Unfortunately, the left side of the screen won't keep you protected from the fireballs. Oh. Yeah, this is such an exciting race. Who's going to be going the right way? Paratroopa says no thank you to Thunderbird, and I think that's the right play. But it's just a nasty set of rooms. I would be casting Shield. Because I believe Thunderbird's not required. I'd be casting Shield left and right in every single room. Because in GP, these enemies hit really hard. Much harder than the other palaces. Oh, Paratroopa is gonna go for Thunderbird this go. What's he doing? He had more than enough magic to cast Thunder with. I'm confused by that play right there. Paratroopa had 2 chances. He can even he can even cast Reflect right now. I hope he gets it. Looks like Jackimus might be looking to do the same thing. Nope, Jackimus is going a different direction. They're route divergence, man. Wow. Paratroopa dodging those fireballs like Frank Dukes in that movie Bloodsport. I don't know if you guys are too young for that movie, but back in the I think I'm gonna say it was the 90s or maybe it was the late 80s. This movie called Bloodsport came out, and Van Damme trained, and ooh, down goes Thunderbird for Paratroopa. It'd be really upsetting if it's a dead end, and it is a dead end. Paratroopa teabags the But you guys remember Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport? That guy was a bad mother trucker. It's Trump's favorite movie? Well, this GP is all about route. You've got, what's that? You got 96, 82 hit points of health. Jack that room and says no. That's the right way, I think. Maybe he thinks it's a dead end, or maybe he's confused by that room, but there's other ways he could go. Oh, that's what it was. He was on his last life. You know, this may as well be a 1 heart container C, dude, just by how crappy the GP is and what these guys have to go through each time. It's long and they've only got 2 lives, and no shit. Kool-Aid and I did one that was really just 1 heart container, and it was probably one of the longest GPs I've ever had to do, and each room it was covered with bird knights. I'll never forget that seed. The hardest one I've ever had to do. It's better than Mortal Kombat. Oh, worse? That's like the complete opposite. Is it the worst or is it the best? I don't know. Meanwhile, on the stream here, we got Paratroopa looking like he's getting ready to go back down that room. Nope. Oh yeah, Bloodsport was a great Van Damme movie. Mortal Kombat was awesome. I loved that movie. I mean, I was in someone's chat earlier debating this same topic, and they were kind of like, "Well, it's not really Mortal Kombat, dude. Like, there's no blood." And it's like, it didn't have to be. Sonya Blade was so hot. All the players, there was some pretty decent acting. Yeah, and the MK2 movie. Looks like Jackimus Wedge is gonna take another stab at and Paratroopa is pressing on forward. Gets a red jar drop. It's fortunate for these guys. None of them have the life spell or the fire spell. Be really interesting if. Hey now, the SNES version of Mortal Kombat 2 was great though. Best port out there. Wow, Paratroopa finds another drop, and this one's definitely going to send him to the right-hand side. I know this drop. Let's see what the right-hand side of this room is. It's a downstab required room with an orange bird knight. I don't know. I might have taken that drop. Resident Evil was a decent movie. I must agree. I think that L7 drop was probably the right way, but who knows? This could be the right way. Maybe Paratroopa knows something that we don't. Hey, yo, one drop. It's gonna take him in. Jackimus Wedge is about to get the really unfortunate news. Probably gonna up an A because he's on his last life. This race has been extremely exciting. Paratroopa took down Thunderbird as well, and he finds Dark Link. Wow, this is a GG. I'm not sure if Paratroopa is on his last life, but... And Paratroopa #1 finishes #1 with an official SLRL time of 1:16:31. What do you mean spoilers? It's happening on the screen right in front of me. Must have been RaceBot doing the spoilers. Wow. I hope he comes in and joins, man. I gotta congratulate him. He's honestly, he played hard tonight. His combat, his execution was really on par. He did enter a GP 15 minutes before Jackimus Wedge, but you know, throughout the race, I want to say he did really well. Oh, he's in chat right now. Hey, what's up, Paratroopa? GG.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, I was just talking about how good your combat and your execution was during this race, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think it was a lot better than the rest of the tournament, so I'm really happy about that.
You had a 15-minute lead going into Great Palace. Yeah, and you beat Thunderbird first. Man, and I thought that one really long pathway with that nasty ferry required room, I thought that was the right way, but evidently it wasn't. You had to go up that elevator and through that paperclip room down to that... It was like a tea room, and you just went right, and there was Dark Link.
Yeah, that was... I had completely kind of forgotten that was still a possible way to go. I thought it was either going to be through Thunderbird or left at that one funky drop where you can sometimes go left and... I don't remember which room that is, but
I think they call it the Trails room. The one where the drop, where it's the open-ended drop where you can go right or left.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. I didn't go left there, so I didn't try that. I was like, it's one of those two probably. So I tried Thunderbird, and that led no. But I was like, oh, I could go up this elevator, so let's go there, and that worked out barely.
Well, I was telling the guys in chat earlier actually that the reason that room got its name was because 2 Max Rando tournaments ago, I went left there almost every time, and I won every race.
Yeah, I had a race once where that was the required way to go, and I lost because I didn't go that way. So it's been a sticking point for me for a long.
Yeah, that room, it's weird. It used to be a lot of the time it was required.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but not this time. Looks.
Yeah, this randomizer is really weird. It it kind of throws you curveballs left and right. I remember 2 years ago, Thunderbird was only required maybe 15 or 20% of the time.
Yeah,
And I remember the last tournament we did last year, Thunderbird was required almost 100% of the time. It's so strange. And it's not
yeah,
like just one or two races. I'm talking we're doing the we're taking score and doing percentages on all of the races. And it's just
yeah.
like
It's wild.
that's crazy.
Yeah, T-Bird hasn't been required in any of my races so far. This is actually the first time I've even beaten him in a race in this tournament, which is funny.
It was really clutch, man. You got that hint for Death Mountain, and Jackimus had a one.
Yeah,
Jackimus had placed one gem in Palace 1, and he must have dipped every single palace trying to beat it, but he was glove blocked left and right, and he
yeah,
had some problems with Guma, and so you had the information lead, and he had the one gem advantage, but you had Thunder, Fairy, and Reflect. I think he sailed east and didn't get the spell out of Raru, the Fairy spell, and so
yeah.
he went without that for a while, and you were also getting a lot of key drops, and for some reason, he didn't end up getting the key drops until later. I think he was skipping a lot of enemies, and whereas you were taking your time and like killing stuff. Your
Yeah,
levels.
with 2 lives in this, I really hate 2 lives runs. I really wanted to have my levels nice and beefy, which ended up being I needed every last level I had to get through Great Palace there. So I'm really glad I played that, and yeah, the key drops helped too because of I don't know where any.
Yeah, they definitely helped out a lot. Um, it's just it was really interesting, man, because watching this whole thing unfold, Jackimus is trying to like bang his head into every single palace, which is something that I would generally try to do, you know. However, he didn't have the key, and he didn't have the fairy spell, and that didn't really make any sense to me. I was kind of like,
Yeah,
but
when when I started this one and I saw that we had no key, no fairy, and no glove, I'm like, okay, I'm not going into palaces like until I've got that squared away. So I finally got fairy, and then I got the hint for glove, and I was like, okay, we're good now. And I did one because that doesn't require glove, but then that hint for glove was crucial. I don't know how long it would have taken me to get back to Death Mountain. I might have gone back there because there was that one boulder cave when we had hammer, but I didn't know where it was. I didn't see it. I did my initial excursion to see if it was right there, and it wasn't. So I was going to come back for it at some point, but I don't know when. That hint was huge.
Jackimus just fell into the room next to the trails room. The room to the left of the trails room was a drop room, one of those red jar possible drop rooms, and now it's linking into another drop. You had to go right at the Eon drop, didn't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was just a couple rooms away from Dark Link, and it's really unfortunate because now he's in a loop of drops, and it's gonna drop him somewhere nowhere near, nowhere good. It's gonna put him somewhere that he doesn't need to be or doesn't want to be.
Yeah, I feel like the Eon drop is always leads to Dark Link, except when it doesn't, as in this case.
Yeah, I think, man, this is the room that you game overed in.
Yeah, probably.
You took a different path to get here.
Yeah, is this where the Eon drop left or led to? Or
yeah, it's you dropped into the double-ended drop room, and he dropped just left of it.
Okay, interesting.
So this should. I was telling the folks in chat earlier that the randomizer will never put you in a situation where you can't get to the destination that you need to go to.
Right.
Like, it's not going to drop you into an area at the very least, it's going to put you back at start.
Mm-hmm.
So, right now he's just going he's going down a weird tunnel, and God knows where it's going to pop him out at.
Yeah, and that's rough because this GP is. I don't know. Does he have life spell? Because I really would have liked to see life, and I didn't.
He does not have life spell, but he entered a tea room, and this is kind of interesting. This could lead to Dark Link. This could just be an alternate route.
Yeah, it's possible. I think that's
and it did.
Another
It
way.
did. It did. And
wow.
yeah. So you died a long time ago, just 2 rooms away from Dark Link.
Oh, that's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love how this randomizer works. And Max Rando a lot too. There'll be more than one way to get to Dark Link.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that there were 2 ways to go. It felt like there was only one, but I guess I missed. Because I game over.
Yeah, you game overed in that theater room, and if you went through that theater room and took the elevator up, and I was like, Paratroopa, you need to cast Fairy right now. This is not, you had like a sliver of health left, and you were in your last life.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, if you want to get through this room, you're gonna have to cast Fairy. And you go through there, and there's like a spicy chicken, and one of those raw heads. Those raw heads are the worst. They just kind of spin right at you.
Yeah.
Are we joined by Jackimus? Yeah, Jackimus is in chat. GG, Jackimus.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, man.
So what was that?
That was a very unfortunate roll for you guys, having only 2 lives. And that nasty GP.
Yeah, lengthy GP with a lot of stuff in it. That with only 2 lives, it's kind of.
You both killed Thunderbird and found that dead end. However, Jackimus, Paratroopa he entered GP 15 minutes before you did.
Yeah, that's.
He found.
Go ahead.
He got a hint for the glove. In the town of Nibiru. After you get that thirsty lady a drink of water, if you walked 1 or 2 more screens over, there's an NPC that's just standing by a fountain, and he talked to her, and she said, "Death Mountain holds the glove."
That was a big deal for me because I hadn't gotten either item out of Death Mountain.
I didn't find Nibiru until after the glove, so it didn't matter. But like usual, I always forget hints are a thing in this. So,
usually hints.
Found that town earlier and knew about the hints. That would have helped me a lot in the earlier going, but I don't know. Absolutely nothing went right for me on this. Like,
another thing,
I couldn't even play.
Another thing, Jack, is that he found Raru early, and it took you a little while to get that, and that held the fairy spell, which is a big drawback for you because you did get to place that gem in Palace 1, but it kind of held you back from doing any other palaces. So
yeah, I couldn't really get anywhere at all. So yeah, I'm thinking, oh, it's a 3-gemmer. I'll just go into some palaces and get some key drops, and it'll be fine. I'll be done in like 40 minutes, whatever. Nope, not this time.
Yeah, I mean, usually the randomizer throws a wrench in there somewhere, and I feel like the glove was actually kind of free. If you hit Death Mountain, probably one of the different Death Mountain entrances, you could have just walked along the coast maybe just to get that rock. But that
no,
GP...
no, they were both connected in the central area with a bunch of caves. So...
Okay, so you had to dig a little bit.
A bit. You just had to find your way to the coastline. Like my first time there, I checked like every cave, and I'm like, all right, this isn't really getting me anywhere. I'll try something else. And then I decided to go back there later once I had placed all my gems, got into GP, and it's like, okay, yep, you totally need the gloves, so let's head back to the drawing board, and
Yeah, but I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, Jack is doing the play. He's gonna do Death Mountain, and he doesn't even know it, but he's about to get this glove, and then you decide to nope out, and I'm like, oh man. Jack doesn't even know how close he was.
Yeah.
They would have definitely evened the race out at that point. And then
I hate to think how much longer this could have been if I didn't decide to just go back there and, because I'm thinking there's so many caves in that central area. If I find a way to the coast, I should at least find the rock, and that's probably the easiest pickup I have right now. So.
Yeah, I was honestly, man, and I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I was kind of hoping.
You are a jerk, though. You can't help it.
I know. I was kind of hoping for a one-way hammer cave type of situation, like a really nasty. But the thing is, the randomizer got you guys on the back end with a really nasty GP. So it's always good to
It's
see.
the navigation that drove me bonkers on this Great Palace. I 100%ed it by the time I finally found the right way to go.
You know,
there were a
there's
couple of fuck rooms for sure, but really it's the first 2 rooms that were the worst ones. Once you got past that, it wasn't so bad.
Yeah, just a lack of health and magic resources for a long GP is tough.
You know, there was 2 different ways to go, Jack. You went a different way than Paratroopa 1 went. Paratroopa 1 went a separate path, and he came down that elevator just before Dark Link, whereas you entered from the left-hand side.
Yeah, whenever I saw that Dark Link's room was there, I knew that there would have had to have been a second way because all the holes just looped together, basically.
Do you know what it was? The Eon drop room. You know when you go left there and there was that downstab required room with the blocks?
Oh yeah, you probably go there, hit the elevator, and you're right there, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, I'd already lost the race by that point, so that would have just saved me another minute or so, maybe.
Yeah, I was just saying like how interesting the randomizer is, how it generates these palaces, and there's multiple ways to get to the destination.
If you know how many like drops and intersections there are in the palaces, you can have a rough idea of how they may or may not connect. But I don't know, this Great Palace, I just could not figure it out at all. So
they're rough, dude. Sometimes.
And then, you know, on top of that, it's like I game over to Guma, and then I game over to Thunderbird, and it's like I wasn't even playing good tonight, so that's just how she goes, though.
Yeah, I mean, there's, it's a 2-hit knockout, so you'll be in the lower bracket.
Hey, that's fine. That means I get to play more races if I keep winning.
Yeah, exactly. You're not out of it. You're not out of it by any stretch, so.
Yeah. It's all good.
But, I don't know, would you guys got any last, things you want to say about this seed? It was a really interesting race to watch from the overhead.
Well, I do want to congratulate Paratroopa on winning, because I haven't gotten to do that yet, so good job there, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good race.
Yep. And, you know, thanks for agreeing to do it after the hockey game. I got to watch a good one.
Yeah, that's good, that's good.
Yep, Bruins shut them out 2-0. Let's go Bruins, by the way, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll get a rematch with. Wait, no. Who do I play next week? Do I play you?
You play me, Paratroopa.
I do. All right, that's gonna be.
Ooh, boys! I think you got to get the trash talking started right now.
I don't know. I don't really trash talk.
Me neither, especially not against someone I'm probably gonna lose to. I'll give myself like a 5 to 10% chance.
I'm gonna get you, Paratroopa. You just wait and see. You just wait and see.
There you
go.
No,
I will be the one who will get. I'm gonna win.
You'll both lose at some point, and I'll stomp you both in the lower bracket. So you got that to look forward to.
There you go. We're gonna see Jack. He's gonna get his revenge. He's gonna cross paths, and Jack's gonna let you have it.
Hey, I remember one double elimination tournament I was in. There was like 60-some humans. I lost my first game, and then I won like 11 in a row to make it to the final 3. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you're definitely known for being a really good runner. I remember seeing. I was telling the folks in chat earlier that I remember seeing. I see. Before I got into playing, I watched every single tournament race that was on Angry Layers channel, and I watched every single tourney race that was on all the other channels on YouTube. So I really studied the game a lot, and I really wanted to play it. And
grinded it. You watched the tape.
I watched all of the tape. I watched all of it. And I saw you racing a lot. I saw a lot of people racing a lot. I could have sworn I even saw Paratroopa racing back in 2016. But I think I was. There was a lot of people back then. There was some dude named Riku Player. There was another guy.
I remember him.
There was a couple guys. I can't think of offhand. A Penelope or something. Penolf or something. I don't know.
You just put a bunch of letters and numbers together, and there's your name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember Penolf. They're still around somewhere.
Yeah, it was, but it was weird. It was, I think even Crystal Saver was racing.
Yeah,
Um,
Saber's done.
and Simple Dude was in it. It was just, it was just really interesting. There was, like you said, Jackimus, there was 30 races, and there was each one-on-one. So in each round, there was 60 people grinding away. Really cool to watch, and especially like 90% of the time, it was Angry Larry doing the commentary. And
I like
man,
talking, obviously.
yeah, you do a great job doing the commentary. You and Buzz Thunder. I don't have that gift. I just kind of, I know about the game, and I try to talk a little bit, and I don't know. I do my best, but you guys sound like professional sportscasters or something, you know?
I just try to speak with my speaking voice. I'm told I sound like Randall from Clerks, so I don't think I have the greatest voice in the world.
Similar. I can see that. I don't know, man. I sound like I took 1 million too many bong hits.
Yeah, dude, you gotta lay off the drugs. Drugs are bad.
And I put down the smoke a long time ago.
Good on you, buddy.
And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and end this race for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this exciting Max Rando tournament between Paratroopa and Jackimus. I appreciate them delaying their game start so that I could restream it. It's always exciting when I have people coming saying, "Okay, I'll commentate," because we definitely need volunteers in the Z2R community. So if you feel like you can do this, feel free to reach out to any one of the people that you see here right now. We'd be happy to get you signed up in the Discord. You really don't have to have that much knowledge, because I've come these and I'm terrible. But as always, thank you so much to the community. Thank you so much to our runners, our commentators, our trackers, and everyone else. On behalf of ZSR, have a good night.
Hey, thank you, Jinxie, for stepping in last minute to do the restream.
Oh, I don't want it to be over yet.
Hey, man.
Load up another seed. Let's go.